Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm your boy Nev from Nev's Tech, but today I want to talk about the conspiracy theory that Bill Gates uses RFID chips within your body in order to identify you, in order to figure out where you're going. And what I want to tell you right now is that Bill Gates doesn't need an RFID chip to tell everything about you. He doesn't need to invade your bodies with this kind of stuff in order to understand where you've come from and where you've gone. Because we all got the almighty computer, we all got the almighty internet, and through that, that's all Billy Boy needs to get your information. But the funny thing is, I really don't think he's actually using your information for clandestine things. He's using your information to sell statistics and data and all kinds of other things to whoever wants it. And if you're not on the Windows operating system, I bet you got one of these, a cell phone, especially if you got Android. It'll give up more information about you than you can imagine, particularly Android. But that's what we get for paying less for our phone. Let's face it, Androids are definitely a lot cheaper. Now, one thing that I want people to be able to understand about RFID chips, particularly RFID chips, a chip like this can be read from a distance, but at least as of about 20 years ago, the military could only, the U.S. military, which is totally funded very well, could only get information off a chip about a baseball field away. Now, how much is that today? I'm really not sure, but that's for a standard chip about this size. You see that size? About that size. You see how this stuff works is, let's say this is a barcode reader. Or sorry, not barcode, but an RFID reader. You see what it does is it sends power to the chip, and the chip sends information back with the power that is sent wirelessly through it. We've got wireless chargers these days. We've got wireless everything, ladies and gentlemen. The future is wireless. It just doesn't last very long. But if you have itty bitty chips that are so small that they can't even be seen by the average individual, do you have any idea how expensive that is to make? You are not worth that expense for the information that Bill Gates will be getting from you, or would be getting from you if the theory was correct. But not only that, but the smaller the chip, the harder it is to send the information. It would take a lot of power, and that power has to go through your skin, has to go through the clavicle in order to get energy and then beam information back. There's no way. You would have to have stuff super high power, unbelievably high power. You know, 5G, that power is nothing compared to the wireless energy you would need to send into the body to get information out of the body. And that whatever was reading it, let's say this is the tower that everyone thinks is reading it. If it was to read it, actually, these days, something that small, you have to do that. You have to eat it right up against the skin. Not only that, but wouldn't blood donations really mess you up? You get incorrect information about stuff all the time. If you really wanted to mess Bill Gates up and you really believe that, you should be donating blood regularly. Anyways, you would really universally screw that up. I don't get where this conspiracy theory came from, but it's interesting. It's interesting. And once you know the technology, the more you know it, the more you know it's not true. But the more you know what information gets gleaned from you on your computers, on your cell phones, you find out that the information that Bill Gates would acquire about you through giving you microchips, Bill Gates doesn't even need to give you, because we can read this information. We already have access to this information. It's out there. We don't need to microchip you. Bill Gates doesn't think you're worth enough money to microchip. There's just nothing there. There's just nothing there, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, that's my rant today about Bill Gates and why you aren't good enough to chip. Have a good one, folks. Take care of each other.